Welcome to the Bitchy Baker. Today we are making Italian almond cookies. The ingredients and prep will be below, even though I'm going to tell you what to do. These are super simple to make. What did I forget? Anything?
Like and subscribe.
Is that at the end? No?
I mean, you can do it anytime.
Okay. Like and subscribe. All right. These are easy cookies to make. And I love almond extract. I know people are gonna think that's weird, but it smells like Christmas and my grandma, and I love everything made with almond extract. So we'll make more cookies with that coming soon, especially around Christmas time.
I feel like there should be like more of a backstory on this one that people will skip over.
Well, that's why I'm like, just shut up and make the cookies. That's
right,
like,
shut up and make the cookies,
I figured like nobody cares about my life story, but I've said a million times, my Swedish grandma, she baked a lot. She was like the nicest woman on the planet, and I have only good memories of them. And so every time I make anything with almond extract, it reminds me of my grandma. So that's my backstory. That's my backstory. So it's 1 cup of all-purpose flour. 1 cup. It's a half a cup plus 1 tablespoon of almond flour. So I just threw the extra tablespoon on top of this half a cup, so you can see it's like a little mountain. It's not flat, so that's why. Just gonna throw that in there too. It's 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. My measuring cups don't match.
We gotta do something about that.
I like this one though. I need like a whole set of these.
Do we need a cup sponsor?
I don't know. Someone lost the 1/4 a cup that matches these that I purchased 20 years ago at Williams-Sonoma. You can't just buy one. I don't want to buy a whole new set, so we got a random escapee.
Cup sponsors out there.
I like my eclectic cup, whatever. Anywho, ooh, this is wet. There we go. We got to switch out the whisk. The last thing I want to do is get everything wet and make it clumpy. So you're going to whisk both the flours and the sugar together till it's all combined. You can definitely tell the difference between the almond flour and the regular flour. One's a little bit brown color. Yeah, the other one's white. Okay. All mixed together. You're gonna make a well in the middle. I'm already making a mess. Okay. In that well is going to go everything else, which is 1/3 of a cup plus 1.5 tablespoons of butter. So room temperature. Is this room temperature? It's a little warmer than room temperature. Right there. I know, it needs scraped off and you're gonna use salted butter. If you don't have salted butter, you're gonna have to add salt to this recipe. So I'm using salted butter. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm just gonna have to get dirty. But this is salted butter, so I don't have to add salt. Butter, 1/3 of a cup plus 1.5 tablespoons of butter in the middle of this little well. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Just goes in the middle in the little well. And then I'm adding 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract also. I like almond flavor. You don't have to do this, but I like the almond flavor. This recipe calls for 1 egg yolk. So to make life easy, I crack an egg in a dish. Sorry, I always forget that the double chin camera is over here. I will never not call it that.
Fine. I don't care what you call it. Just get the video shot.
Take an empty water bottle, which I always have a 300 or 400 laying around the house, so whatever. And you just suck it up. So now you have a dish of egg whites and 1 egg yolk, which
Fancy.
I know. It just makes it easier, and I'm sure if you've watched any of my videos, you know I don't like to touch anything. So that makes life a lot easier without having to touch it. And you didn't break the yolk, because that makes a mess. We don't need these egg whites. Okay, so you're left with a bowl that looks like this. It's kind of a mess. I know you get mad at me for saying that, but
You didn't say it looks icky.
Well, I just broke the egg yolk. That doesn't look delicious.
Oh, that's yummy.
I don't like raw eggs, so, okay.
Come on, Rocky.
All right. Okay, you're gonna take a fork and you're gonna blend this dough together with this well in the middle. There's no KitchenAid mixer involved in this. There's no hand mixer involved in this. You can do this if you have a, what's that thing? A food processor.
That thing.
It's been a long week. If you have a food processor, you can use your food processor to mix this dough up. I'm just gonna use a fork, not to make more dishes.
Thank you.
We're always concerned about dishes around here. Well, with so many people in this house, there's dishes everywhere. Even when we use paper plates, somehow there's dishes. We're like, why are there plates in here? So you're just gonna keep mixing this until it's 95% combined.
Why 95%?
Because we're gonna toss it on here in a minute on a very lightly floured surface to bring it all together. While we're doing that, actually before you set your items out, you need to get a plastic, what is that called?
Cling wrap?
Cling wrap, cellophane, I don't know, whatever you wanna call it. We don't use it for like anything.
Pain in the neck to use that.
I swear that box of it is from the 90s in the cabinet because we've used it like 3 times in 20 years.
Stuff.
Well, I do too, but it works great for covering dough when you're putting it in the fridge. All right, we're almost there. And if it's a little bit too flaky, you can add more butter. Like tablespoon at a time. I'm gonna scrape because this needs mixed in.
No one saw that.
Perfect, just cut that out. Just kidding. Put that back. Put that back in there. It's like everything wants to jump off.
You need a bigger bowl.
No, this bowl is fine.
Nice. How many cookies does this make?
Depends how you cut them.
Oh, okay.
So if you make a little tiny, these are cookies are gonna get rolled out. Rolled really thin, you're gonna use a cookie cutter. You can use any cookie cutter you want. So Christmas time, you can use Christmas cookie cutters. I may or may not have grabbed a bat cookie cutter because Halloween is every year, every month, all the time.
We are actually 6 months away from Halloween.
It is halfway to Halloween. So that is very true. I know that because Disneyland's having halfway to Halloween celebrations.
Wow.
I love that place.
Who doesn't?
I love Halloween and Disneyland. I know, it's true. Who doesn't? You don't. All the other dads. Okay, I'm gonna say this is pretty good. So we are going to get messy. My favorite. Taking my ring off.
Oh no.
Unmarried for this portion. I'm gonna put it in my other pocket. So I have a little bit of just all-purpose flour I had set aside. It's a lightly floured surface, so you don't need much. Like that tiny little bit. Okay, I love touching stuff. So, it's very crumbly. I'm gonna see if this is wet enough to bring it together into a ball. See?
That looks like
Okay.
wet sand.
Yeah, kind of. So that's why you really want to refrigerate this, is so it comes together. So you're just gonna make it into a ball. Okay, so pick up all this little extra pieces. Yeah, it's good. All right, so this is what we're left with. Here's my 20-year-old cling wrap. My vintage cling wrap. And all I'm gonna do is wrap it up. Maybe.
That's why people hate that stuff.
I know, this is like the worst invention ever. Okay, just gonna wrap it up. We're gonna put it in the fridge for 1 hour. So while this is in the fridge, you can find a cookie cutter that you like. You can turn the oven on to 350. You can get out your cookie trays with your parchment paper. We're gonna use parchment paper on the cookie trays. I also have a rolling pin because this dough is going to be rolled into like a 1/4 of an inch sheet, and clean up my mess. Or at least put it in the sink for someone else to watch.
Hey.
Just kidding. All right, I'll see you in an hour and we'll get these rolled out and put on a cookie sheet and bake it in the oven. We're back. It's been an hour. While the hour was going on, I turned the oven on to 350, got out my rolling pin, a little bit more flour, my cookie cutter, both my pans are ready, a metal spatula so I can like scrape them off. I'm just gonna roll them out on the tile or on the countertop. I also took out my powdered sugar shaker. It's a little jar, but it also has little holes in the top so you can just shake straight on the cookies. We are gonna shake powdered sugar on these when they're done. The moment of truth. I'm gonna use another little teeny tiny bit of flour on my surface. I'm also gonna flour my rolling pin in a second. Let's see if I didn't mess the dough up. We'll find out. We'll find out. What is that? No matter what happens, we're eating it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Okay. So, you want to roll this out. See how it's kind of cracky?
It's cracking.
Yeah, it's a little crumbly. I probably could have added more butter. We'll see. Oh, God. So, it's very crumbly. Typically, the dough rolls out a little bit easier than this, but it is a bit crackly. See, there it goes. It's a bit crackly because it is such a flaky dough. So you want to roll it out to about 1/4 of an inch.
So you don't want to count on this dough because it flakes on you? So
Dad jokes over here.
That's so funny.
It's true. Don't call this dough for bail money. Okay. So it works out. See, it was a little flaky. Got its shit together. It's all
Got
right.
its shit together.
Yeah.
It's no longer flaky.
It's no longer flaky. So I'm gonna put my cookie cutter in a little bit of flour too, just so nothing sticks. We're using a bat. It's halfway to Halloween.
Yeah, hey.
Stop it. Stop being judgy over there.
I'm not judging.
So,
Maybe a little bit.
well, we're just gonna cut out as many as we can. You can make these cookies really tiny. You could make them this size, which is a little bigger. Oh, see. My little bats. That's what they look like. I'm gonna put them directly onto parchment. That one just happened to come out in my cookie cutter. So I put them on there already. These cookies, they're not really gonna get whiter in the oven. So you can put them closer together on the cookie sheet. Okay, let's see. I think I'm toast. I think I've got to roll it out again. So.
Need a little spatula.
Uh-oh. We'll just put that one's head back on. It's fine. Nobody saw that. Yeah, so that's why I got this out. Is just because they are such delicate, crumbly cookies that I didn't want to break them. So when you put these in the oven at 350, you're going to cook them 6 to 8 minutes. I would normally cook these more than 6 because these ones are a little bit bigger. But if you're making mini cookies, something that's smaller than this, like 3 inches, you would want to cook them for less time. That one. He's a little decapitated. He's fine.
He's fine.
He'll be all right. So these ones probably, I would say 8 minutes for a 3-inch cookie. You do not want them to brown. These cookies are not supposed to turn brown. I know if you make them teeny tiny, you can make up to like 30 cookies with this recipe, but it just all depends how big the cookie cutter you're using is. So, see, it rolled out all right. It just needed manhandled for a minute.
All right.
I should have tell it who was boss. Okay. These bats are gonna look very happy because they're gonna be white and covered with like white powdered sugar. They're not gonna be like mean Halloween bats. I'm gonna put both of these trays in together because I'm not gonna fight with this dough and try to make a million cookies. In fact, I feel like this might be my dinner again. Oh, no.
That one's done.
Okay, that one didn't make it. Oh.
R.I.P. that one.
Yeah, that one's gonna have to get fixed. You could put like little sliced almonds on top of these too. I know people have done that, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay. I have 16 little bats. I probably could get another 4 cookies out of this.
2-4?
2 to 4, 2, 4, whatever. All right. So you could make 20 cookies with this recipe with the 3-inch like this. Maybe I'll try to see if I can get a little bat on this. Let me squeeze them in.
Put them down the middle.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna do. We'll add a bat there. I feel like I have to have an even number now. So we'll add a bat there. Okay. I need one more bat. I don't want to have an uneven number. One more. So 20 cookies and a giant mess in the kitchen.
Perfect.
Yep, exactly. Okay. 20 bats, 19 in a decapitated one. So we're just gonna, all right, that's it. These guys are ready to go in the oven. I'm probably gonna cook them for about 8 minutes just because of their size. But again, we don't want them brown. You want them to be white. You don't want them to look like they're browning at all. Into the oven. One cookie sheet of bats. 2. All right, 8 more minutes until cookie time. It's been 8 minutes. I'm gonna take them out, but remember, we don't want them brown. No browning these cookies. No browning them. See? They look so pretty. Hopefully that decapitated one's head got reattached.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah, he looks fine. All right. So, ooh, tried to fly away. Let's turn the oven off. Okay. I also have my drying rack out because I'm gonna sprinkle these with powdered sugar. So we're gonna get them off the cookie sheet. We don't want them to keep cooking. We're gonna put all the little bats on here, and then we're gonna sprinkle them with sprinkle the bats with powdered sugar. All right. One more bat. Okay. All the bats. I want to get these out of the way because I will burn myself. It'll happen. So we don't burn ourselves. More messy parts. All this is powdered sugar. Nothing.
Perfect. It's the right amount.
You're supposed to cover them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably a little more evenly than that first one, but at least it tastes like powdered sugar instead of flour when I do it. So you want to coat them nicely. Like coat them. So pretty. The counter is also powdered. Okay. That's what they're supposed to look like.
Perfect.
Could be worse. Okay. Are you going to taste one with me? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to toast my face off.
Did you inhale powdered sugars?
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
They're really good. They have that little almond extract flavor that reminds you of Christmas. But, like, I don't see why. If they're shaped like bats, you can't have them around.
Stop inhaling.
It's okay. Just sit there while I die. It's fine.
What do you want me to do?
Record me dying, apparently.
Oh, you know. I need it for the police coming by. How did she die?
I'm going to leave a note. If I'm dead, it was my husband. Do you want one?
Yeah.
Try not to breathe as you eat it. They're really good. And honestly, they're not that hot. Like, they're warm, but I didn't melt my face off. So,
Real good.
I may or may not be. I'm powdered sugared for you later. You're welcome.
All right.
I know. Okay, see how these are really easy cookies. You can make everything in one bowl. The rolling out part wasn't so bad, even though they were a little bit flaky. You saw that it all came together and rolled out. So you can do these two. All the ingredients will be below. Obviously, you saw me prep them. If you like what we're doing here, please like and subscribe. Share my videos with your friends.
Good job.
Thank you. I remembered. All right, well, that's it. Italian bat cookies. Italian almond bat cookies.
Ciao.
Ciao. I'm going to eat 3 or 4 more of these. So I will thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next Tuesday.